Hello, you noble people. My name is the Noble, and we're going to be continuing to talk about the YouTube AI age verification with your ID in this video. Now, the last video that I made actually did really well with this, so I want to thank you all for the support on that video, because the main reason I'm making these videos is to get news out there, and I did get it out there. A lot of people watch the video to know how to stop this, and in this video, I'm going to be kind of answering some questions I saw in the comments, as well as kind of talking about how overall this has been affected. It is obviously only been a couple days since this has been rolled out, but I do want to showcase and share what has changed in YouTube as of this past couple days. First up, we have seen our first couple sightings of users having this notification pop up, where if you click on a video that is quote-unquote for adults, you get this one where you just click got it, and you can move on in it to your like filtered actual browser. And there are some pictures of the browser, but for some reason the people who took pictures of the browser like took it from their phones, so they're not as high quality pictures, but they're very much like kiddie-er channels, like maybe a channel you would go and watch just to see how they're catching up, but channels you would definitely grow out of. And then obviously you can click verify age to put in your ID and whatnot. And people were kind of hoping at once the 13th hit that we might not see this hit happen right away, and it is still not mainstream. I will say that I personally have not seen anything from my side, but that being said, I do have my channel and my account verified technically from YouTube because I hit the 1,000 subscribers and I'm part of the YouTube partner program. So if they say something to me, then they're actively ignoring me being a part of their partner program, which is own can of worms. And if that does happen, you'll know that I will make a video on that. But it is unfortunate that we are seeing tiny little specks of this happening, not full wide stream, but we at least know it is enabled as of right now. The auto dubbing feature is something that I briefly talked about in the previous video, and I kind of want to talk about it. One, obviously people are going to be mad about that, and me included already talked about that, but also the fact that this doesn't even work properly. Apparently people who are fluent in German went and they checked how the auto dubbing sounds in German, and it gets around like 50% wrong. Having every other word in a video be incorrect in a different language is going to be like a nightmare. So the fact that this doesn't even work properly is really disgusting that they just auto had this turned on. And I also want to talk about people who were defending it in my comments. I had a couple comments saying that this is probably going to be good for my channel, and I refuted what they're saying that I don't want to have this type of content. And there were a couple comments that I had deleted because they were trying to say that I was in the wrong for belittling people who use this, which I didn't explicitly really do in the video. At least I don't think I did. I just said I don't think I know anyone who would use this feature, and now I am going to belittle you. If you think that an auto dubbing feature is going to be good for your channel probably isn't going to be good, period, because you're relying on an AI feature that's dubbing your voice incorrectly to a different language, might I add, and your viewers aren't going to get the full experience. Like, this video that I'm making here, I don't want to be any other language because I don't speak any other language. If someone watches this video with subtitles, that's different. Subtitles are something that they can be like auto put in that I can't really turn off. But auto dubbed loses all of the character and all of the charm in the video that I work hard to make. So it just completely defunks anything. So if you actually use that auto dub feature, unless it's for like actual valid reasons, I don't see why you would try and defend it and get angry at me for saying it's bad. On a more positive note, there are some actually big YouTubers calling YouTube out on this crappy system. Two of the ones that I watch personally, Dano Draws and RT Game, are actively calling YouTube out. Dano had more of like an informational short that he made, while RT Game had an entire joke video where he just did everything to make it so that his channel would be considered quote-unquote adult, joking about doing drugs and Breaking Bad, which is hilarious, and it's good to see that bigger creators are aware of this and are taking action to try and showcase to the audience that this is horrible and shouldn't be accepted. Before I jump into the last thing I want to talk about in this video, there's one thing that I talked about last video that is kind of my fault. I kind of said one of the ways to avoid YouTube's thing is just cold turkey, stop watching content that might be skewed for kids or teens. That is my bad. A lot of people are like, I don't want to have to change the content that I watch, and don't get me wrong, like, if you watch that content, I'm not trying to tell you to fully stop that or whatever, but I kind of exaggerated how much you're supposed to do. What I am doing, and what is probably the best consensus that people have, is trying to flip-flop and kind of have like like shock the system, if that makes sense. Good example, I watch a lot of Sonic. I love Sonic. So when I watch a Sonic video of someone playing Sonic, it might be considered more kiddie, but then if I go into like a Lythero Sonic video or whatever, then that is going to be considered a more adult video, and will have like a whiplash effect where the AI verification won't know like if you're a kid or if you're an adult. Apparently people are worried if it will flag you as a quote-unquote a teen and put different restrictions on you, but for now all we've seen them is to ask if you are over 18, not necessarily if you're like 13 something. So if I were you, I would try and mix up the type of content you want, not cold turkey stop watching like quote-unquote kiddie content, but try and mix in some more mature videos into the bunch so you can trick the AI. Last but not least is a change.org petition with over 100,000 signatures. This is insane, the fact that I already had this many signatures within a short amount of time, within only a couple of days, but also that this petition is not only focusing on the AI stuff, specifically with age verification, but all AI. The fact that they're allowed to monitor our watch history, the fact that they're going to be doing the auto dubbing, trying to incorporate AI features into our platform without consent, and like talking with creators and people who use the platform. This petition is going to try and change all of that. I'm going to leave a link down in the pinned comment, description, whatever, for you guys to go check this out, because I strongly think that if we can get people to sign it, well, yes, technically nothing could happen from it. I definitely think if we hold the line and stick together with this, we could see decent change, because while some people are trying to say this is like the end of YouTube, I do think that's a slight exaggeration. I don't think YouTube's gonna crumble overnight. YouTube is too big of a platform for like everyone that I don't think it could just die within like a couple days, but to say that there's not going to be a ripple effect would be completely wrong. There's 100% going to be some type of fallout from this situation, whether this mean a couple years from now they're going to be able to control what videos we're allowed to subscribe or like or whatever. Like, there's something going to happen with this, and we need to let them know that this is not okay, and if we hold fast and stand guard, then we could 100% go through this. But that's going to be about it for this video. Thank you for watching. Stay noble. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.